Welcome to Podnutz Daily for August 19th, 2008, episode number 60. I'm going to just wing it today as far as what I did in the shop. I don't have anything written down. Mainly had some more success with DriverPacks. I love DriverPacks, especially on systems that had Vista you're trying to download to Windows XP. It finds many of the drivers. And anything I can't find with DriverPacks, or it doesn't find, I could just usually Google that particular driver and find somebody who knows where to get the driver and then can install it. In other words, I used DriverPacks on a laptop today. It was a DV6000 HP. Loaded Windows XP on computer originally came with Vista, and DriverPacks found all the drivers except the video and audio, possibly the modem. And so for those drivers, I just typed DV6000 space XP space drivers space video into Google or something like that. And in a forum somewhere, somebody said, "Oh yeah, I'm trying to install the video drivers on my DV6000. And anybody have any advice?" And 20 people answer them, say, "Yeah, here's where you get the drivers." So that's how I get the drivers when DriverPacks doesn't find them. But DriverPacks saves me so much time. It's awesome. That was one computer. Second computer, mainly just, you guys know my anti-spyware, antivirus methods by now. Just a lot of cleaning up today. Let me mention one other thing, I guess. Customer brought a computer in a couple of days ago, and it wouldn't power on. We plugged the power in the back, the power cord in the back, hit the power button, and didn't power on. I told him right off the bat, and I got to stop doing this. Oh, it's definitely your power supply. If you're not getting any power at all, and you don't see any lights at all, then it's your power supply. Well, it turned out to be the guy's motherboard. And when I told him it was his motherboard, he said, "Well, you said it was going to be the power supply." And motherboards are much more expensive than power supplies. So he wasn't happy about that. It could be, now that I think about it, if you have a motherboard that's bad, it's not going to light up any lights. It's not going to light up front panel lights. It's not going to make any noises. It's not going to be anything. It's just going to be dead. So it could seem like it's your power supply. It's actually your motherboard. It probably was his power supply too. I got to check that out. But it was definitely his motherboard. I'm going to read a couple emails here, and then I got a couple long voicemails. Mark actually put his email that I had trouble reading. That I had trouble reading in the last couple podcasts. He actually read it himself, so he took the ball and went with it. Thanks, Mark. I'll play that voicemail in a little bit. Andrew Donnelly writes me that he was listening to the Mike Tech Show podcast, and he heard me and Keith talking. Hearing Keith online when you guys did a special appearance on the Mike Tech Show. It was episode 199 of Mike Tech Show. He wants to plug a program. It's called Mikogo, M-I-K-O-G-O. It was mentioned a little while by Mike, and it's a great alternative to online meetings and web collaboration for small businesses. I guess it's like a go-to-meeting kind of thing. It's also great for private users who need help with tech problems without driving over to the other side of town to fix those family computer problems. It's free. Mikogo is free. It's at mikogo.com. Check it out there. It's a pretty long email he wrote me, but if you're interested in a alternative to online meetings and web collaboration for small businesses and for private users, check that out. Okay. Steve D'Amico writes me that, "Hey, next time you feel like putting laptop hardware in some crazy furniture like a lamp, try this instead." I think I talked about that in the Podnutz episode I didn't release yet. I talked about what I did with I'm sure I've talked about it before that. I take laptop motherboards. If there's a lot of components in a laptop that's bad, but you still know the motherboard's good, you can take that motherboard and you can mount it pretty much anywhere you want because it's a working computer system. So I mount them under coffee tables, on walls, and different places. Anyway, he says, next time you feel like putting laptop hardware in some crazy furniture like a lamp, try this instead. And I'm going to try to do a screen capture thing here without messing anything up. Okay, good. And let me hit the screen, the desktop screen capture here. The guys on the audio, you're going to think this is boring, but the video guys can see this. This is a steampunk creation. I'm not into steampunk, but this is a pretty cool thing. Steampunk is like, I don't know, it's just like what this thing looks like. It's hard to explain. All right, here's the first picture. Some guy built this thing. Those are all like gears and stuff like that in a glass wooden case. And when you actually open it up, it's a laptop. It's pretty cool looking. With like leather palm rests and rivets. This is a close-up of the keyboard. He's got a video here. That key, I guess, powers the thing on. And then there's like ports in the back. That looks like the CD drive. This thing's pretty neat. And it looks like he's running Ubuntu here. Got little chains there, like so you don't open it there. There's a CD drive. And on a D-Link wireless card, he's got a pen with a feather in it. A quill, I guess you could say. Anyway, that's at datamancer.net/steampunk laptop. That's pretty cool. Thanks, Steve, for that email. All right, let me turn me back on. Okay, that worked out pretty good. All right, next email. Flagged. Is that one? Let's see here. Okay. Let me read a message from here from Ed. Steve, things that can cause this. I don't even know what Ed's talking about. I got to read that one, find out what he's talking about, then I'll read that again. And Vishal writes, he asks a question about Knoppix. He goes, now on to the question. I've been a Windows user. First he says he likes the podcast, so thank you for the compliments, Vishal. Now to the question. I've been a Windows user and technician for many years. I've got a good set of hardware/software tools that I use to fix computer problems. But you frequently mention you use Knoppix for troubleshooting when Windows doesn't want to boot. Would you please describe how you do that? I've downloaded and burned Knoppix to a CD, but I'm very confused about how to use it for fixing problems. I will be grateful if you can spend some time and give some Knoppix-related advice to folks who have never used it before. Thanks a lot, Vishal. This is in the Podnutz forums. He's Ambience44. It's his forum name. Okay, so how do I use Knoppix? Well, I boot up and use Knoppix just as a alternative to, I guess, Windows Explorer to just look at files that Windows sometimes can't read. So if you boot up Knoppix from the CD, then you open up your hard drive.